Going live. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Jill?
What's
Randy's
up?
back, y'all.
You going
Randy is
Oh,
back
what's
live,
up?
today.
Frank? I don't see the thing going.
It is going.
I'm not on
Hang
YouTube.
on.
What
I
is
don't
going?
see the thing. Oh, there you go.
Hold the
There,
phone.
yeah, there's a delay.
There we go. All right.
I think it's a delay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what's been going on, guys?
Not much besides the
I don't know why it
wave.
does that.
What'd you say, Shannon? There she goes again. She's
I
freezing
said
up.
I think it's I was gonna pull it up here. Oh no.
Uh-oh. What happened?
My back.
Hey,
I'm not gonna
Stephanie.
open a window. I was gonna open another window. I won't do it. My computer's not happy with me right now.
Oh,
Well, I'm trying to upload. I was just telling that Randy and Frank, I got my Harmony video done, but YouTube is taking forever to upload it. So hopefully by the time we're done with this show, I'll be able to make it live soon. So make it
Yeah.
public.
Hey,
It's sitting there in upload land.
So tell us about your trip, Randy, before we get started the rest
Oh,
of this
man.
deposition.
I left before the storm came. We were supposed to have a severe thunderstorm where I live, and it's like 60-mile wind. So I left before that, and got out there. Of course, there was a heat wave. They had heat advisories going on in Pennsylvania, but took my mom to doctor's appointments and her grocery shopping, and then her bank before I left.
Right.
Make sure everything good and straight before I took off. So,
Well, that's good. At least you got down there to be able to see your mom, you know?
yeah.
So we're going to cover the rest of Josh Aryes' deposition this evening, guys. There's only 58 pages left. We only want to do about an hour worth of show tonight because there's other people going live also. So we don't want to step on toes with any other creators. So we're going to go ahead and start
kind of rock
diving
through
into this. Yeah, we're going
We're
to
rock through it.
So
we're not going to be able to read the chats. We'll try to respond to it after. Okay. We were at 110.
No, we were at number 2.
Number 2.
We'll just start with page 100 again and go from there.
Okay. All right. And then whoever wants to read that answer, that was like, okay. Or unless you want to start with 4.
Let's see. Yeah, go
2
ahead.
is the answer.
4.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Oh, okay. And this is the famous toilet that kept getting plugged.
I guess it's the only one she had. It had to be.
Okay. All right.
The famous toilet?
The famous toilet. So the answer is yes, this is a toilet that had been unplugged several times, correct?
According to the records, yes.
Fair enough. Okay, going on to page 27 of Exhibit 25. I will ask you, but it is quite obvious. What room is this?
That's the garage.
Okay, and any smoke detectors in the garage?
Not that I am aware of.
Okay, and center photo here. It says it's labeled water heater. Is this the 2 water heaters for the 2 apartments?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and we've talked about the maintenance to those. Does seeing these refresh your recollection to anything you had done maintenance-wise?
No, I'm sorry, it doesn't.
Okay, then the last image here is the furnace. Have you done any repairs to the furnace?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, all right. Top of page 28, and these are the breaker boxes. Where were those located on the property?
In the basement. Just if you're looking at the water heater, they're just to the right of them.
Okay, and have you done any maintenance with these breaker boxes?
Not that I'm aware of. He loves that answer, don't he?
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Okay, the center picture's here on page 28. And what is this?
The water softener.
Okay, this is the basement or the garage?
This is the basement.
Is that moisture on the floor?
Either that or the floor has been or had just been scrubbed. I don't know.
Okay. Had you had any issue with moisture entering the basement in this property?
I'm lost, guys. Oh,
Flora,
Flora. Flora's nickname as Fountain City. I don't think there is a dry basement in the whole town, so it could be.
Okay.
I wasn't personally aware of it.
Okay. Well, what would you do to prevent that or take care of that?
not a whole lot you can. Not a whole lot you can do. Really?
Well, I know. Well, you have a hardware store. Maybe you put a sump pump in. I don't know what you do. And there's crosstalk.
Yeah, well, you have a hardware. That's you. I
Yeah,
don't
go ahead.
recall there ever being any major issues with that basement.
Okay, so you said Fountain City. I don't want to make any assumptions. So where was the water coming from? From the appliances or from the outside?
I don't know, and I can't speculate that. I don't have any ideas.
Have you had it inspected?
No,
All right. If your personal home was having flooding in the basement, would you have that inspected?
I might call somebody to. You know they advertise that stuff on TV where you can have people come in and dry up your basement. I might try and do that. I don't know. This is a rental property and nobody even brought that to my attention. So I don't even know there was an issue.
Well, you lived in there too at one point, I think you said.
yeah, I never saw that before this picture here.
Okay, all right. Now we're at the bottom picture of page 28 of Exhibit 25. What room is this?
That is the living room of the upstairs apartment.
Okay, so this is Courtney Dawn's apartment, correct?
Yes,
And are there any smoke detectors here?
They're in the blank, not in this picture though.
Okay, all right. Scrolling down to the top of page 29, Exhibit 25. What room is this?
the kitchen.
The kitchen of Courtney Dawn's
Yeah.
apartment?
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. Are there any smoke detectors depicted in this kitchen?
No, ma'am.
Going down to the center photo on page 29. And what room is this?
That is the washer in the
Okay, we have the infamous toilet. Is this the infamous washer?
That's the infamous washer. Actually, I think it was behind the washer is where it was leaking. It wasn't the actual washer.
Okay, so a plumbing issue?
yeah, behind it, yeah.
Okay, and this is we might have answered this already, so you have to correct me. Was this your washing machine or was this Courtney Dawn's washing machine?
I don't recognize that washer ever being there. I wasn't up there, so I don't have a clue. It wasn't mine. It must have been hers. I don't generally supply washers and dryers, so I don't know. I don't remember.
Did you have one in, I don't know, where would one go otherwise? Did you have one in the basement?
Yeah, there was one down there too.
And did you take that out before the tenants began living?
It was there for years. It was there when I was there. I think it was there. It was there. I think it was the same one. It was really.
Okay, I didn't see, were those in any other pictures?
No.
Because I didn't see any.
No, they weren't in the pictures.
Okay, was this washing machine moved from downstairs to upstairs?
No, that doesn't. I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, all right. If you don't know, you don't know. Underneath the room, underneath where this washer was that Galen's kitchen.
Yes, ma'am.
What part of the kitchen?
Well, I don't know how to explain that to you. It would be the corner. The washer would sit over it and on an exterior wall. So the corner there, right above or right above her kitchen, unless we're standing in there, I don't know how to explain it.
So, and I could jump back to that picture of the kitchen, but there is the far wall
Yes.
next to the bathroom, and then there is the other wall next to the like where the stove and range are.
I'm just going to say it's just right up above your head. They're across from the range.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bottom of page 29. What room is this?
Upstairs bathroom.
All right. This is Courtney Dawn's bathroom.
Yep.
And would you agree there's no smoke detector?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Top of page 30.
Bedroom. I mean.
And what room is this?
The bedroom, upstairs unit.
Okay. And is there any smoke detectors depicted here?
No.
All right. Center of the page on page 30. What room is this?
That's another bedroom.
In which unit?
Upstairs.
Any smoke in this room?
No, in that picture.
All right. You got
You got it. That's the wall. That's the closet right there. See that? See that rod across there? That was my closet. So they're calling that a bedroom for some reason. I don't know why. It's a big closet. There's 3 rooms up there, a big bedroom, a little bedroom, and a nice sized closet.
I see. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me go back. Maybe I will zoom out a little bit. All right. I'm looking at page 30 to clarify, not that this actually matters. So the top picture is the bedroom,
Yep.
the big bedroom.
No, the top picture is the center picture would be the big bedroom. The top picture is the little bedroom, and the bottom picture is the closet.
In which room is the closet connected?
To the center picture.
Okay.
The center picture was my master bedroom. That's where my king size bed was at, and then my closet was in there. And that is a fairly large room.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And that was the end of the interior pictures. Now I have to ask the question if you've ever had taken photos of the inside of the house.
Well, I lived there a long time. I can't say that I've never, but I don't have any in my possession.
Okay. When you would rent out the units, did you advertise with photos?
No,
Okay. Any photos of maybe you don't have the interior? Do you have photos of the exterior?
No.
Okay. In connection with the refinance, did you have any inspections done to the property?
other than that appraisal, no.
Okay. Did you notify the tenants that the appraisal was happening?
I don't recollect. I'm sure that I did, but I don't remember how that worked.
Okay, the reason I ask is because you can see, well, here we're paused on page 30, and you can see children's beds and toys, but there is no children running around. So I don't want to assume that you made arrangements with tenants to be out of there, but I'm trying to find out how the tenants notified
I don't remember.
of the appraisal.
I don't remember.
Okay. Now, as we went through each photograph to see if a fire or smoke detector was depicted, there was a smoke detector in the downstairs kitchen. So why was there not one in the upstairs kitchen?
Because it was so small that it was 2 feet from the blank. It was right there in the bottom of the landing between the kitchen and the where you go up to the second level. There wasn't a need, all right there together.
That don't make
Okay.
no damn sense.
Yeah,
to me.
I know.
Sorry.
No,
Hold on a minute.
no, it don't.
That don't make no damn sense to me.
No, and we need to post a photo of the thing in the group or something. We forgot to grab that. We've been too busy. We'll try to put the diagram on in the group tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, you're on 21.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
It doesn't. I'm crazy. Okay, are you install a smoke detector?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah. Okay. Just give me your understanding of the purpose of a smoke detector.
Alert you that there's a fire. What the heck?
Okay.
She's being a smart
He's
ass.
an idiot.
She's being a smart ass.
I like it.
And
I like her.
Yeah.
He thinks he's smarter than her, but he's not. Okay,
Right.
would cooking be something that would cause a fire generally?
Generally, I mean, it could. I'm no expert, but yeah, I guess.
He ain't no expert on nothing.
No.
Okay, what other items in the home would emit smoke?
Anything that
Uniform
is burning.
He has the attorney objected to that.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Anything that is burning, is there any type of rule or regulation that you're familiar with that would require you to have a smoke detector near where you're cooking? Oh, he's really
Mr.
objecting
Bob,
to that one.
Yeah, his attorney's objecting again. Objection to the extent that it asks for information which is covered by the attorney-client privilege. If there is anything you're aware of that you haven't learned from your lawyers, you can speak to that.
I'm not aware of anything of any rules that require a smoke detector in the kitchen. Really?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Are you aware of any safety rules about rental properties?
Objection. Same objection.
He keeps
So-
going.
So, here we go with his attorney again. If you could specify what time frame you're asking about, that may be helpful.
Absolutely. I'm talking about 2016. So if you can, I can do, you know what? I can do a new series. So in 2016, would you agree that you had to make the apartment safe for your tenants?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you agree that your tenants did not have to install their own smoke detectors in their rental properties?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you agree that you have to follow building codes as a landlord?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you agree that building codes are important to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
They're important for safety?
Yes, ma'am.
Just for the record, what building codes are we talking about?
That's one of the attorneys.
Yeah.
And he said building codes applicable to the home here in Flora, 103 East Columbia. Oh, this is a whole bunch of attorney stuff here.
Oh yeah. Let's skip all that.
Well, that's true. They're just arguing. They're arguing about the building codes and if they can talk about the building codes. It's a bunch of like attorney yammers.
Josh seems like he doesn't care about the building codes.
He doesn't know anything. He just plays stupid.
Yeah.
All right, now we are up to okay. Okay, all right. Yeah, he doesn't know anything. I really don't think he does. He doesn't know anything about hardware. He doesn't know anything about. I don't know how he does. I don't know how he lives. Okay, all right. So you got me sidetracked. Yeah.
113.
So,
Go down.
Mr.
Go down to
Ayer.
one. Go down. Yeah, there you go.
Where are you? Page what?
113, number 3.
All right, hold on.
I'll wait till Randy gets there. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. So, Mr. Ayers, do you agree or disagree that smoke detectors save human lives?
Objection.
And they're objecting again.
Yeah. Should I answer? That's Josh Ayers. And then his attorney replies, do you know the answer to that question? So I'm coming back.
Oh, this is good, though, what she says. Okay.
I know it.
And then she
said, hold on. I'm no expert in that area. I could speculate, but I don't have any answer for that question.
Okay, well, you talked about, Smokey the Bear and Stop, Drop, and Roll, and you remember all that. So, in your opinion, in your experience as a human being on planet Earth, do you believe that smoke detectors do or do not save human lives?
Objection.
Objection.
Oh my God, this dude. He's already said that he doesn't have opinion on that. He doesn't know. Oh my God.
So it's correct that you don't think smoke detectors save human lives.
Where are you at?
Blunt, Mr. Objection again. Yeah.
All
right, now we're on
testimony.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're on the next page. You can still answer.
He already answered.
I'll do the witness.
The witness, there you go.
What's the question? I'm confused.
My question is, if it's true that you don't think smoke detectors save human lives.
I'm going to be the attorney. He already answered that. He didn't know the answer to that question.
Do you know what a smoke detector is?
Yes. Oh
okay, and do you have them in your home?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you have a smoke detector in your own home?
The hope is that if there is smoke in the home, they will alert me and I will know about it.
Okay. Do you have a smoke detector in your own home to prevent yourself from dying in a fire?
I have it there to alert me there is smoke in the home, and that I need to get out.
Okay, and do you have it in there to wake you up if you're asleep and there's a fire?
Mr. Bont,
objection. The attorneys again.
Objection. Asked and answered. He already said why he has a smoke detector in his house. Faith.
I'm getting a little more narrow in my question.
You're asking me the same question repeatedly.
Do you have a rule for your objection?
The witness. I couldn't hear what I didn't understand you. Excuse me.
I'm asking your attorney if he has a rule for the objection to prevent you from answering that question.
No, he can answer.
Okay, the witness. So I'll answer. What's the question?
My question is, do you have a smoke detector in your home to wake you up at night in case there is a fire?
Yes.
Witness.
They make a lot of noise. That's the assumption.
How would he really make
and would the goal? He's an idiot. And would the goal be so that you and your family your lives are protected at night?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and as a landlord, do you understand that you're required to make sure that your properties have working smoke detectors?
Objection.
More attorney stuff.
Calls for a legal conclusion. Also might call for information that invades the attorney-client privilege. Do you want to specify a time frame?
I am going to object to he's there and eventually, I think you said as a landlord. That was from Mr. Lemon.
Yeah. Okay, so you agree that your rental properties are required to have smoke detectors? Mr. Bond?
Same objection. You don't specify a time frame. If you don't specify the time frame, I'm going to have to instruct him not to answer because you're asking for what the law says.
Yeah, I just feel like you're kind of really just directing your witness right now. Maybe, I mean, if you want to go off the record and talk.
Mr. Brunt, is that an objection to my objection? I'm a little confused of how this works.
Oh my God.
So I'm really I'm really not trying to get into narrative objections right now. And so I'm asking if you need to talk to me outside the presence of your client.
I don't, but he's not going to answer questions about the law because one, it's an improper question, and two, is for information that's covered by the attorney-client privilege.
All right. So deciding what I want to do. All right. This is how I'm going to do it. Just to eliminate some issues, I'm going to tell you, Mr. Aryes, that I don't want to hear anything that you and your lawyers have discussed. I'm not trying to get your opinion on the law. I'm just trying to understand what you know and your personal knowledge. And that would be through your experience, again, as a person and through your experience as a landlord. And what I'm asking is if you agree that a smoke detector is required in a rental property.
I agree.
Okay. And do you agree that you are responsible to make sure that the rental properties have working smoke detectors?
Objection. Are you asking him his personal capacity? Are you asking, is a landlord required to?
Personal capacity.
Okay, say the question again.
Yeah, just again, as a human being, and we can narrow it down to 2016. If you understand that rental properties have to have working smoke detectors.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you agree that if a smoke detector works, that it would wake up the tenant and they could avoid injury?
Mr. Brunt, objection again. Calls for speculation. You can answer if you know. I don't.
I don't really know. I don't know how sound someone someone sleeps.
To him, he's almost like a blowhorn.
Oh, no, sure.
My son could sleep through the
Sure.
alarm clock going off, and I can hear it in my bedroom, and he never wakes up.
Okay. Well, do you agree that if a smoke detector is properly installed and maintained and functioning, that in the event of a fire, it would provide a warning sound to the tenant?
If all that is true, yeah, sure, yes.
Okay. And do you agree that the failure to maintain a working smoke detector puts the tenant's life at risk? Here we go.
Objection. Calls for speculation, calls for legal conclusion.
I do. Do I answer?
If you know.
So repeat the question again.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
God,
again, I'm not
there we
looking
are.
for a legal conclusion. And this is only based on your personal acknowledge, just whether you agree that not maintaining a smoke detector puts the tenant's life at risk.
Same objection, but you can answer.
Well, I agree. A non-maintenance smoke detector. I have no reason to believe that the smoke detector wasn't maintained at the time, so I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah, no, I'm talking in general. I'm not talking about this property. I'm saying as a general matter.
Yes, as a general matter.
If the smoke detector is not maintained, does that put someone's life at risk?
Yes, as a general matter, not maintained.
Okay. And a general matter, if a smoke detector detects smoke, is it your understanding that it makes a sound?
I don't know. I didn't hear that last part.
Is it your understanding that a smoke detector makes a sound when it detects smoke?
Yes, ma'am.
And I think you said that is it true that you've heard these alarms before, the smoke detector alarms?
Are you talking about the significant place in time or just a general hear an alarm?
Yeah, just saying in general.
Yeah, I pushed the button here. I heard lots of different ones.
Okay, about how loud is that sound? Well, here we go.
Objection.
I don't know. I don't know how to measure that loud.
Well, wait. What is the objection?
He answered already.
Did you give the objection?
No, he answered the question.
I thought you were going to object that his ears may not have been working. Oh, that's good. Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, that was a good one.
y'all, this attorney for Rose is the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever heard a smoke detector emit? No. Have you ever had a smoke detector give a warning sound at night?
No.
Have you ever heard it chirp at night?
Yes.
Was it loud enough to wake you up?
Woke up my wife and she told me about it. I don't think I ever woke up.
Okay, in your other rental properties, how many tenants have called you about their smoke detectors?
I don't recall.
Have any?
Asked and answered. He's objecting again.
I don't remember. I'm sure they have, but I don't remember any snippet.
Okay, all right. I'm going to jump to another one. I'm going to jump to a different exhibit. This is exhibit number 10. At this time, deposition exhibit number 10 was introduced for identification. Okay, can you see this exhibit? Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay, and do you know what this is?
Do I know what it is?
Yes.
It looks like a lawyer's paper to me.
That's a fair description. Did you receive these questions that are on this lawyer paper? You can see, and I'm scrolling through the pages of this exhibit number 10.
It looks familiar. We went through them, yes.
Okay, when did you receive this?
Which one? Which one is that?
This is the question.
Oh, who would I have received that from? One from?
Yeah, so this would have been, well, it came from me, but you would have gotten it through a lawyer, and I don't want to know what you and your lawyer discussed about it. I'm just asking, when did you receive it?
So is this the one from Jeremy Lemon, or is this the one from you guys? I don't remember.
Mr. Bont, I can't answer.
The one from me, yes.
Mr. Bont, if you don't remember,
I know, I just don't remember. I know I received two different ones. I don't recognize the difference in the two papers.
Okay, again, I don't want to know what you guys talked about, but when you did turn this back in, when did you turn this back into your attorney?
well, there was one that I gave back to Jeremy Lemon. I believe it was yesterday. And then there was one that I signed the last page for Ian last week.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to go through a couple of these real quickly. Number 2, you can see number 2, it asks for the full name of each entity, company, partnership, corporation, or government where you were employee, agent, servant, shareholder, owner, member, principal, partner, member, officer, official, and or director on November 21st, 2016. And for each entity, state your role and position, your relationship to the entity, and the entity's address and phone number, and a description of your role and responsibility there. Now, we went through, you can see the answer here is just Birch Tree Holdings, LLC. But we went through there and there was actually several of them. Is that correct?
Several of what?
Go ahead, Randy. Sorry.
Several of what?
Several entities where you were involved.
My corporation, yeah. There's the three.
Okay, is that Climatech?
Climatech, Aryes Hardware, and JTM. Climatech, Aryes Hardware, JTM, Birch Tree. There's 4.
Okay, the other question there is government. Now, you were on the Flora Town Council. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
What did you do there?
Just you have to be more specific a lot.
Okay, what was your title?
Councilman.
And what was your role as a councilman?
I was on it for quite a while, so I had different roles. So I mean, I don't know what you're asking for.
How long were you on the town council?
16 years.
From when to when?
Well, I did 4 terms, so there's 4-year terms, and I quit in 2018. So whatever that is, I don't remember the exact date I start, but
Okay, why is this not opening? 1 second. All right. And were you the president of the town council? Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, was Troy Helderman on the town council with you?
no, ma'am.
Okay, but you appointed him onto the planning commission. Is that true?
I think, yeah, he was on the planning commission.
Okay, and the board of zoning? Yes.
Yes, it's kind of the same thing in Florida. It's hard to get people to fill these roles, and no one wants to do it. And really, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure we ever had a meeting I didn't remember.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think anything ever came up. We may have had one or two back, but way back when, but not much ever happened.
Okay, now Flora, their town councilmen, in fact, are public. Yes.
What do you mean by that? Elected?
It's posted on the internet. I will just tell you. So it's posted on the internet. So it's true that Climate Tech burned down at one point.
No, it was a storage building that we had that burned down.
Back in 2013, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was an old storage building.
Okay, what happened there?
I never really knew. I can speculate, but I really don't know for sure.
Yeah. Did you rebuild that Climate Tech building?
No, ma'am.
And Climate Tech, was that insured also through your RME agent?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then I've got, who is the city attorney? Who was the city attorney there for Flora in 2016?
I think it was Dick T. Bishop, if I remember right. The same, yeah, Dick T.
Okay, is there any relationship between him and Officer Bishop?
I don't believe so. It's a pretty common name.
Yeah, that's why I had to ask. Like I said, I don't know Flora. I have to ask you. Did the Flora Town Council have any rules or regulations on building codes?
So I don't know how to answer that question. The Florida Town Council has a permitting process, but it's very basic.
I'm going to stop right there for a minute. Now, remember back earlier in the deposition, he said that they didn't do permits or had anybody that did the permits there in Flora.
Right.
And now he's saying something different again.
He's trying to get away from some of that stuff.
Yep. We're getting there, guys. We're 127, so we're getting there. All right. 7, Randy.
It's not necessarily the town council, it's the town of Flora.
Okay, so if someone wants to do construction in the town of Flora, are there certain rules that apply in the city or the town of Flora, or does it have to go through the county, or how does that work?
Flora has their own set of zoning, just their own zoning, so it's very basic. You just apply for a permit, pay your money, and there are no inspections. There is no, I think the only reason that we have it is so that the floor could decide its own destiny and didn't have to worry about Delphi or anywhere else in the county telling us we could or couldn't do something. Well,
Okay, and that
I'm here to tell you right now, but in the state of Indiana, you got to have permits, the whole works to build anything.
Mm-hmm.
that can't be true.
Well, he was
Okay,
the president
and that
of
he doesn't know anything, and that's
Yeah.
the planning and zoning board that Troy Helderman was on.
They really don't have anything. I don't have a vast knowledge of this, but the way I understand it is, so the zoning board of appeals, let's say you want to build a garage and you were too close to the property line. You would have to just come in and ask, hey, this is what I want to do. Can I do this? That's the Board of Zoning Appeals. So they would say, this would ask they would ask the neighbor, is it okay? John puts his garage, the setback is 3 feet, but he only wants to go 2 feet. Is it that okay? They would say, they would vote and make a recommendation to the town council, and we would say, yay, that's fine. And the planning commission, they just deal with the zoning. Those that book interpret what it says in there about setbacks and things like that. It's very basic.
Okay, did you hold a meeting after the fire on November 21st, 2016 for the Flora Town Council?
A council meeting or what kind of meeting?
Yes.
What kind of meeting?
Yeah, did you
The regular meeting was the first Monday of the month. To my recollection, there was no deviation from that.
Okay, here it is. I wasn't sure. That's 2018. I'm looking for it. It's 2016 here. Hold on a second. And here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Is that the right thing? Okay, January 9th. There it is on page 2. Here we go. Can you see this?
Yep.
Okay, so this again is just something that I pulled from the Flora Town Council. It looks like you were here January 9th, 2017. Do you remember this meeting?
Yep.
Okay, because it looks like here on page 2, it looks like here on the Flora department, on the Flora Fire Department, there were a bunch of fire alarms and a smoke detector blitz. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that. They went around town giving away smoke detectors to everybody in town.
That's great because without going through a lot of these minutes, that happened pretty regularly after this fire. Is that true?
Yes.
And why did that happen?
Just, well, I guess somebody wanted to do that. I don't know.
Yeah. So when you were at the meetings, did you think that this was a good development for your city, for your town?
Sure. Yes, I don't recall that meeting especially, but it's a good thing. Yes.
Okay. And would you agree that it was because there was not a smoke detector found in Galen Rose's unit?
No, because I thought they found one.
Okay. So why did you understand that these were being donated?
Just because it was a good thing to do and make sure everybody in town has one.
Okay, did Flora receive a lot of donations because of the fire?
The town of Flora? Oh, here we go. Attorney objection.
He was too quiet.
He waited too long.
Well, I wasn't involved with that. I don't know.
Okay, so were there any resignations in Flora by anyone in the government after the 2016 fire?
Oh,
I think
here we go.
I think the firemen, I think there was firemen that was pretty rattled. I think some of them did quit.
Who?
I don't remember for sure. It's been a long time ago. I don't remember exactly who or when.
Any police chief?
No, not that I know of. No, he's still there.
Fire chief?
I think Adam Randall, I think he did quit a year later. No, he resigned.
Mhm.
Okay, and who took his spot?
They elect their own people, so the town council really had nothing to do with that. They're their own kind of entity. We don't appoint a fire chief or any of that. They act on their own, and I think they elect Todd.
Uh-huh. How do you know Todd Trent?
I don't. I know him, but other than an acquaintance, that's all he is.
Okay, how long have you been acquaintances?
It's a small town. I mean, a couple of years. I don't know.
Did you talk to him about the fire?
No, I'm sure we discussed something, but we have an official. No, we didn't. We didn't talk about it. Oh my God.
Was he there?
Oh my God.
Was he there that night?
The night of the fire?
Yes.
Well, it's hard to tell because they all wear those masks and all that stuff. I don't know exactly who was there. I could speculate that he probably was, but I don't know for sure.
No, their names are in the back of their jackets. Anyway,
Yeah.
were you there the night of? Yeah. If you really wanted to know, were you there the night of the fire?
Yes, ma'am.
Who did you come in contact with that night?
You're going to have to be more specific because there was just a lot of running around. So I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah, I imagine it was quite chaotic. And in that chaos, who do you remember coming into contact with?
I remember seeing Courtney Dons on the sidewalk, and I remember seeing Galen hugging Elizabeth, and I remember seeing Troy. Troy and I kind of got there at the same time. Other than that, it's kind of blurry.
Who is Elizabeth?
She lived in the house next door.
What's her last name?
Her last name is Aryes.
Or a cousin.
Any
sorry.
relation?
She was married to
Any
my
relation?
cousin. Yeah, she was married to my cousin.
Okay, so was Adam?
Repeat that again. You're freezing up, Shannon.
I'm coming back. I don't know what's going on. My internet connection's fine. I don't know. It must be a YouTube problem. All right. I mean, did you talk to him that night?
Again, there is a couple. I think there's 2 or 3 Randalls, They got their names on the back of their suits. I wasn't really sure. It was dark and they had those masks on, and you talked to one firefighter and, they all look alike. I can't say exactly what firefighter I talked to.
Okay. Did you see, in addition to firefighters, did you see police officers?
Sure. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you see like sheriff's deputies?
Yes, there was. It was a sheriff's. There was some sheriff's deputies there too. It depends on what you're talking about, the first or the end. It was, and all day, they're all hours. So.
Sure. Right. How did you know to go there?
Elizabeth called me.
What were you doing at the time?
I was asleep.
So the phone woke you up?
Yes, ma'am.
But a fire alarm won't.
I love how her sarcasm is. It's good. And what did you learn talking to Elizabeth when she called?
That something was on fire. I need to get down there. Well,
Okay, did she give you the address?
Keep going. No, she said the house. And then, they're right next door to each other. At that time, I didn't know which house. I just threw on my clothes and ran out the door.
How long did it take you to get there?
I live about a block and a half, so it didn't take that long. I think maybe 3 blocks. I don't know.
1 minute's
You're
a
not-
block and a half. Now it's 3 blocks.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Did you walk?
No, I drove the car.
Okay, where did you park?
I parked in front of the insurance agency right next door.
And when you parked, what did you do next?
Jumped out and ran over to the house to see what's going on.
Did you enter the house?
No, ma'am, no.
Where did you stop?
Sidewalk.
Where on the sidewalk?
I don't remember exactly where. It wasn't like you stood in one spot. There was a bunch of stuff going on. I don't know.
Okay, who did you go to?
Well, Troy showed up about the same time, so we kind of met because I called him before I went down as I was going out the door.
Oh, I see. Oh, here we go.
Mr. Bott, Faith, I see we have about 10 minutes left on a 4-hour time limit for the depositions. Do you want to take a break before we finish up?
Okay, let's go past this. This is just okay.
They're arguing on the
All right,
time limit now.
20. Okay, 23 is where it restarts back off. Okay, right before we went off, we had just started talking about the fire that night on November 21st, 2016. I want to start out by asking you, Mr. Aryes, what information has come to you on how that fire started?
Just what I read in the papers in the official.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, based on all the information, how do you believe the fire started?
All I know is that the report said it was
Incinerary.
incendiary. I don't, other than that.
What's that mean to you?
Someone started it somehow.
Okay, so do you have a theory?
No, I don't have any ideas.
Is there anything in his head at all? Probably not. Okay, because yeah. And I'm not talking about any information you got from your lawyers, although I know you saw we had a theory that maybe it was the stove, which we were able to rule out.
Stove? Is that what you said? The stove?
Yes.
I don't know if, I don't think I even know that, okay?
Okay, yeah, but you have talked, I understand. You said that you read the newspapers. And yeah, I've read a lot of newspaper articles on this too. You know, for example, there was one that suggests it was the refrigerator. And there was a lot of different theories that sprung up in the newspaper. So being the owner of a home, what other information besides the news has come to you?
Objection. To the extent that it asks for information is protected by attorney-client privilege.
Yeah, so nothing that you've learned from your lawyers.
Most of that.
I'm thinking.
Is what Jeremy Lemon is in the beginning, and then those guys, the other than that, I don't know. I didn't get any. I mean, information from other people.
Okay, so the answer is you don't know why. So is it correct that you have no idea why the fire was started?
Yes, I have other than what the reporters have said, I have no idea. Correct.
Okay, do you think that Galen Rose did anything to cause the fire?
Objection. Calls
There
to
we go.
speculate.
Jeez.
You can answer.
Yeah. It's actually calling for a theory.
So you're saying it again, really quick.
My question is, do you have any theory that Galen Rose is responsible for the fire?
No, I do not.
Okay. And does anything that Galen Rose did, in your opinion, did that make her responsible for the fire starting?
Objection, cause for speculation.
So when you do this objection, I lose my complete train of thought. So the question is there anything, said it again, I have to have the question again.
Dude. Okay. Well, I want to be real with why the fire started. If you think that anything that Galen did caused the fire.
I don't think anything Galen did had anything to do with the fire.
Okay, all right, okay. And just, I guess, put on the belt with the suspenders. Hey, children, do you believe that her children had any responsibility for the fire?
I would have no idea about that.
Oh, okay.
I have no clue. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, that's real easy. All right. After the fire, did you receive any compensation from the insurance?
Yeah, our policy.
Yeah. Have you received any funds from your policy? When was the first time you received something from your policy? Let me ask it that way.
Well, we get two things. We get paid for the loss and we got reimbursed for rents. I know there was a period of time, but I can't remember exactly how long.
Okay, did you get lost rent for both Courtney's units?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I can pull up the exhibit, but do you recall how much that was?
I really don't. I think it was just the amount of rent. It would have been $500 for her and the $550 for the top one. So it would have been $1,050. And I think there was, if memory serves me right, there was a dollar cap on that. And when that ran out, it was over.
Okay, and that might go more to Mr. Taylor's depth action. So you collected the max lost rent that you could.
The max what?
The most amount of lost rent you could collect under the policy. Is that
Yes, ma'am.
true? Oh.
I don't remember the exact dollar figure, but it was whatever our limit was minus the deductible.
Okay, and did you receive that already? I know the home is still there.
Yeah, that's been all. That was done pretty soon, pretty quick, within 6 months. I think after the fire, they had that all wrapped up.
All right, so do you still own that property?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you going to rebuild it?
I would like to tear it down.
Yeah, what did you do with the insurance proceeds?
I paid back the mortgage, and the rest of it is sitting in an account for a long, long time because we thought we were going to get it tear it down. We never did. I would have to look to see exactly what we spent on it, but
Okay, yeah. Was there any other insurance proceeds that you collected besides from the lost rent and coverage for the destruction of the home?
Not that I recall.
Okay, and did you give any money to Galen?
I didn't personally know.
Okay, and are you aware of anyone or any other, strike that question. Let me re-ask that. Are you aware of anyone else that gave money to Galen?
There was a lot going on back then, and there was a lot of things happening. I don't know the specifics of all that, but I'm sure there was some donations from somewhere, someone.
Yeah, she gave us pretty much the same exact answer. So like I said, I imagine it was a lot of chaos. Okay, so I think that covers, because all the insurance is going to be in the deck action. Let me jump back because time is ticking. And I want to spend this last time going through your recollection of the actual event, the fire event. When we left off, you said you had just met Troy Helderman on the sidewalk. Was that the sidewalk in front of the house or on the other side of the street?
Well, the whole road was blocked off, so we were probably standing in the street, right in front of the house. I don't remember the exact location on where I was standing, but in that vicinity.
Okay, what did you talk to Troy about?
I'm not sure we said anything to each other. We just stood there with our mouths open and looked at what was happening. We were just upset.
And you said that Elizabeth called you. Did she find you right away too?
No, she wasn't looking for me. She was hugging Galen.
Okay, did you see Galen?
Yes, she was hugging Elizabeth.
How far were they from you?
Maybe 6, 8 feet, 10 feet. It was a fluid situation. So people were moving around and there were fire hoses being moved around. You couldn't just stand in one spot the whole time.
Did you see anyone enter the home?
Well, sure, yeah. The firemen, once they got collected and organized, they were in and out, as firemen do.
How did they gain access? How did they enter?
Right through the front door.
Okay, did they enter any other doors or windows?
I was standing in the front, so I couldn't say. Maybe they went in the back too. I really don't know.
Yeah, had you drove past the house earlier in the day?
I can't answer that. Probably. I don't know.
Did you see the children carried out of the home?
No, I did not.
Okay, did you see the children placed in an ambulance or anything?
I moved away at that point.
Okay, so at what point did you move and where did you move to?
Well, you had to get out of the way because all the fire apparatuses were there, and they made us move across the street.
So you were still on Columbia?
Oh yeah, yes. We were just across the street.
Okay, how long were you there on the street?
Couple of hours, maybe. I don't know. Half hour and a half until it got under control, and they wanted documentation for me. I had to go get some things, and wasn't very long.
Okay, were you one of the last to leave?
No. It seemed like there were people there for 2 weeks.
I believe it. Did you observe Galen get lifted out in the helicopter?
Okay, so it was dark, and there was 4 helicopters or 3. There was a lot of helicopters, and I have no idea who went where or did what.
Okay, did you observe anything with the helicopters other than they're just very loud?
They flew over and landed. Yeah, sure, everybody in town saw.
Yeah, what else do you remember about that night?
I remember hearing smoke detectors when I arrived on scene.
Oh yeah?
They were loud and annoying.
Okay. Okay, where were they coming from?
The house.
The house that was on fire?
Correct.
Or the neighbor, or both?
Not the neighbor. The neighbor wasn't on fire. It was from 103.
Okay, right. So it's true there was one working smoke detector in that house, yes?
I heard more than one. The upstairs was working for sure, and I heard the other one going off.
So what information did you get to base that opinion on?
I got no information other than what my ears heard when I showed up.
I see. Would it surprise you if the fire marshal didn't find any working smoke detectors?
It did surprise me because I was fairly certain I heard them go off.
Okay, all right. Is it possible that you heard a smoke detector from the neighbor's house from 105?
I didn't see how.
That was Elizabeth's house, yes?
Correct.
Okay, and isn't it true that you had to replace the windows in Elizabeth's house from the fire?
Okay, so there is a greenhouse. No, there was no windows to replace on her house itself. There was a greenhouse back there that looked like my dad had plants in it. It's kind of protrudes
Protrude.
from the back of their house. And I think somehow a window or two got cracked in the damage there, either during the fire or something.
Yeah.
Go ahead. My dog's going nuts, guys.
Sure. I don't think it was cracked.
Okay, crosstalk. Okay. How close are the houses without going back to the pictures?
Probably 15 or 20 feet apart.
Yeah, so if the fire was enough to damage the house next door, was it possible you were hearing the smoke detector from that house?
I don't believe so. You would have to ask her that, but I don't believe so.
Okay, did you enter the house?
Which house?
The 105.
No, I did not.
And did you enter 103?
I did not.
Okay, and did you personally look after the fire at the smoke detectors?
No, I did not.
Okay.
But when the fire burst out of the front of the house when I was there, one of the smoke detectors or two, I don't remember really know, stopped working at the point because I always assumed that the fire snuffed out one of the smoke detectors.
Oh, okay.
That's why I heard.
Well, that's all I'm interested in. So tell me about this. Because I had not heard this before. The fire exploded out the front door.
Not long after we were there, it sort of rolled out of the front. I think it broke the two windows out or one out on one side. Started to roll out under the front porch roof. And about 2 minutes later, the firemen they put it out. They did a great job putting the fire out.
You're a little low, just so you know. Wow. Were you standing there when it happened?
We were across the blank, were in the street.
Okay, like one block?
No, probably 40 feet from the front of the house to the east.
Did you feel the heat?
No, it was almost as fast as it rolled out of there. They had hoses on it.
Okay, was Galen, was she closer to the fire than you at that time?
She was over hugging Elizabeth by the bush at 105.
Okay, so you guys were about the same distance from the front?
Her and I.
Yes.
I don't know. I would have to go measure it. I don't know.
Okay, similar. I don't want to pin you down to say that you guys were the exact distance, but you were a similar distance from the front where you saw the explosion come out.
Yeah, it wasn't even an explosion. It just rolled out. The flames just rolled out the front of the house.
Okay.
That sounds like somebody opened the window. Or like oxygen inside the house.
Crazy.
I think we've covered enough of this to show how deceiving.
Yeah, we only had like 9 pages left in there. I think it's probably going to repeat the same stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, he doesn't know Jack. He doesn't know Jack.
He's playing.
He did a polygraph. If you forward it August of 19, I'm trying to sim through here. He did a polygraph, it says, by the ISP. And a couple of hours.
I think
I'm trying to skip. They told me I was coming in to tie up some things.
The one question
he doesn't think anything became of it.
Well, the one question.
Oh no, I've got the results.
The one question is that if the back door cannot be opened from the garage side, but inside the house, how did the fire department get inside the house if the garage door that leads inside the house is locked? It can be only open from the inside.
Frank Meister needs a battery. Yeah, we've already said that. It was funny.
I already called in a work order, guys. But
So,
I think we're gonna end it for tonight.
yeah, True Crime Web started, so we don't want to keep because Steve's on. Looks like so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Steve's
it's
on.
pretty much the end of it. If there's anything important, we'll summarize it and throw it up. You know,
Okay.
but it's pretty much what you guys heard. He doesn't know Jack.
Yeah.
I will let everybody know when my next live will be. Marv will be back Sunday sometime. So just keep an eye on YouTube, Facebook group, my Facebook wall, Messenger. I will put out the next live. So everybody pay attention. Much appreciated everybody coming out tonight. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks, Randy.
No problem.
So
Yeah, I got my Harmony video should be up tonight. I have one up from this morning too. So head on over there tonight or tomorrow and check that out.
yeah,
It has
check
the
out
full
Shannon's
stuff. 'Cause it's
page.
actually missing.
Check out
Check out
Randy's
Randy's page.
Yep.
Sleuth Intuition. It's a Crying Shame. Support with Steffa. There's a few others out
And
there,
then
guys.
Steve's
But
on right now. Steve's on there right now.
True-
True Crime Web just went on.
True Crime Web. So everybody go check him out. Give him
Can't catch him
support.
live. I always watch his videos. So if I can't catch him live, I catch his videos.
Right.
He's good.
And just want to tell everybody good night. You know
All right.
what the
Thank
word
you guys.
is.
Peace.
See you later, all.
One love, guys.
Bye.
One love. Peace.